Hi friends, welcome to the second lecture of Let's Excel series at TrendBends. I'm Divanshu Kapoor. Let's begin with the lecture 2. As you can see, I have one of the blank sheets open in book 1, Excel workbook. You might have found that there are certain file extensions in case of Microsoft Excel which ends in either XLS or .xlsx or XLSM, XLT, CSV. So there are a lot of file formats which are used in Microsoft Excel. So for example, if I want to save this file, I click on Save As, and out here in the file format option, if you drop it down, you will see these formats. The Excel workbooks which were created in the version between 97 to 2004, they are having a file extension as .xls. You can see the other formats. This is the Excel template, XLT. The ones which are after 2004, it is abbreviated as XLSX. Then you will find XLSM. M stands for macros. So these are different file extensions. We'll talk about them about each one of them later in our lectures. Let's go back to the initial introduction. So what you see here is a highlighted portion. Now what this highlighted portion is called, this is called a cell, and the cell where we are working is called active cell. So as of now, E10 is my Excel cell. It is the active cell. E, this is the column, and this was the cell which was highlighted, and this is the 10th row, so E10. We can either infer from here, but a better way is to look here. This is called name bar. So if I am at this active cell, it will automatically pick the location as C5. If I go there, it says J9. So this is called name bar. The bar which is next to the name box is called formula bar. Now what does formula bar contain? For example, I enter a few numbers here and I have to calculate the sum of it. So I'll put in this formula. We'll talk about formulas later, but now check the formula bar. When I click on 1, this active cell which is H9, the formula bar shows 1. When I click on XLS, it shows XLS. But out here in H12, the value which is shown in the active cell is 6. However, in the formula bar, it shows the exact formula how 6 was arrived at or calculated. Let's look at some other things. If I want to select the entire sheet, I can just press Ctrl A. The entire sheet has been selected. However, if I have some data in my sheet, for example, if I am working with this data set and I press Ctrl A, then please note that only that particular portion gets selected. If I select my active cell here and press Ctrl A, only that particular area is getting selected. However, if I press Ctrl A again, then the entire sheet will be selected. But in an empty sheet, if I click on any active cell and I press Ctrl A, the entire worksheet will be selected. Now, let's talk about in a particular data set, what will the name box which is here, if I select this particular data set, the name box will not reflect the range of data selected, but if you see, 3 of the cells are grayed and one of them is white in color. So the one which is the active cell where your cursor was at the last moment when you had pressed Ctrl A. So for example, if I keep my active cell here and I press Ctrl A, so this will be my active cell which is H9. If I keep it at 2 and press Ctrl A, it will be H10. Similarly, if I do that here, it will be B4, the one which is the current active cell. Now, ever wondered how many total rows are there in a worksheet and how many columns are there? So let's check that out. How do we do that? We'll press Control and down key or Command and down key in case of Mac users, and we'll go to the bottom of the sheet. What we'll see, we'll find that it is 1,048,576 rows, or in Indian currency system, it is 10 lakhs 48,576 rows. And how many columns are there? Let's press Control or Command in case of Mac users, and the right arrow key. We'll go to the last bottommost in the bottom right corner, the last cell of this worksheet, which represents that it is in column XFD. Now, how did this column got labeled as XFD? Let's see the understanding behind it. But what is the numeric value? So the numeric value is 16,384. 16384, 16,384 columns are there in a worksheet. Now check out here. The columns start from A, and as we progress further in the alphabetical series, it increases. But once we reach Z, it becomes double A. And once we'll cross that, ultimately we'll reach XFD, which is the 16,384th column in an Excel sheet, the last column. Now let's work on a thing which is called fill handle. Now if I'll zoom in the sheet a bit, do you see that this box which is there out here at the end, there is a, a vertex wherein the sign changes to plus. Otherwise it is white in color and it is lined. So if you see this plus sign which is there, the outer body of this plus sign is black in color and the inner portion is white. However, when I move my cursor there, it becomes the opposite. This is called fill handle. What role a fill handle has? Let's see. So if I write here TrendBends, and I'll move my cursor to the fill handle and click on it and drag it. So wherever I drag, it will paste the same data in the columns till the place I have dragged it. In the case of string data, which is character based or alphabetical, this is how the data will get copy pasted. However, if I have numeric data, for example, I have this data, and I drag it, it will paste 1 everywhere. Now let's see another example. I have this data 1, 2, 3, or say 1, 2, and I drag it. It has automatically calculated that the step difference between the first cell and the second cell which was specified, the step difference, the difference between the second value and the first value is of 1. So it will automatically enhance the values till the cell where you will drag it. Let's see another example. If I write it as 3 and 6, so once I drag it, we'll get the table for 3. So it has automatically calculated the step difference. Now let's look at one more interesting thing. In the same data, when you have dragged it, an orange color plus sign will appear. There are certain options. We will again discuss about these options in detail. However, to give you an introduction, when you click on this, we have the automatic option which Excel has perceived it as is fill series. However, if I want to change it, I can click on copy cells and the same value, which is 363636, will get repeated. Out here also, if you see, if I drag it, the options will appear. If I want to copy it, so again from the first cell it will happen, 1 will appear. That's it, guys. If you have any doubts or any comments, you can please post them in the comments box in this YouTube video. I'll be happy to assist. Thank you so much. We at TrendBends are working to make you excel at Microsoft Excel. Keep on watching our lessons and subscribe our channel. Until then, gracias and adios. Hasta luego.